Hello, everybody. Sorry for this delay. Some technical difficulties, as always. There's a couple of us. Actually, I'd blame Sean in the background because he's making all this noise, but that's not actually true. It's me. We were trying to get it streaming to Facebook, and we couldn't seem to get it working. So it is going to Twitch. Thank you all for joining us and for your patience. We got a lot to cover. So let's get started. Let me pull up the questions. By the way, you can post questions as you see fit, and we will review those questions as they come in, right? So give me a sec here. Let me just pull that up. Bam. Great. All right. And I have the questions. Thank you, Lumiere, by the way, for all your work making that work for me. Appreciate it. All right, let me tell you a quick story. So I have 3 children, Waverly, Ronan, and Ever. And Waverly is 19, and she's going to Chapman University, and she's studying creative producing at their film school. I guess a chip off the old block. So anyway, Waverly is interested in what her peers generally are interested in, which is teen rom-coms, like, and things like Bridgerton. She really hasn't been into fantasy. I guess the closest to fantasy was she liked Harry Potter when she was growing up. She liked, Divergent. But that's pretty much about it. So I was hard pressed to introduce her to our stuff, DG and Zoe stuff. She just wasn't interested. But I did put her on a task because she's doing she's doing some interning for me, and because she's a creative producer, and there's some stuff that's going on in the background that I need her help with. So I asked her to watch Journey Quest season 1 through 3, and of course, begrudgingly but gratefully, she goes ahead and she starts watching it, and she loved it. She was just like, wow, this is just great. And not surprising, she loved the Rilke Wren storyline. So it's a great storyline, so well acted. I love it too, but she really loved it. But the other part of this was I wanted her to watch it, and she binged it, but she watched it so that she could watch Journey Quest 4 and then give me feedback, so to get that, so the producers could get that as well. And she watched it, and mind you, it's not, it doesn't have all the special effects, the sound isn't in there, it's not color corrected yet. There's still in stages, but it's a fairly tight edit, and she thought it was really good, which was really encouraging. I'm really happy. She thought the special effects were really good. It's a tighter show. It's about an hour 37. And so I just wanted to share that with you, that a couple of us have seen it. And this is coming from my daughter, and she really enjoyed it. So woohoo, that's great. But it's running at an hour 37. And we are still, shooting for a Gen Con, presentation premiere of it. So yeah, go team, go. So that's Journey Quest. As for Gamers the Series, we plan on shooting Gamers the Series this fall. Gamers the Series is written by Ben Dobbins. Gabe is directing, and Drago's doing stunts, and then is also doing some producing on that. So that's Gamers the Series. You did hear about a launch at Gamers the Series, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a little bit. Let's talk about Demon Hunters next. And I know that there's probably some questions, but if you have questions, we'll go ahead and let post them, and then I will see them, and I will get to them. let's see. Oh yeah, Demon Hunters. Let's talk about Demon Hunters. So today was a very interesting day, is that I got to meet with Don Early, who plays Silent Jim, and Don wrote several modules for Demon Hunters, and so we've purchased those modules, and they're in edit right now. In fact, so from 12 to 1 I talked to Don, and then from 2:30 to 3:30 I talked to the editing team who's working on that content, and it's starting to really come together. It's looking good. I'm really excited. I'm really hoping that it's all locked down so I can have some copies of that at Gen Con for those new modules. That's really great. Yay. What about new Demon Hunters content? So, sorry, Joseph, I dropped the mic.
It's still good.
Okay, great. Excuse me, just put it in my pocket. So Demon Hunters content, so did you know that our beloved Christian Doyle lives in San Diego now? Yes, he moved far, far away from this beloved area of Seattle. But so did I. I moved down to Irvine. And so I have the blessing of only taking me about 40 minutes to drive to see Christian. So I did that once in April. And I was supposed to go this week. Last week, things got a little busy. So I'm going to be meeting with him in a few days to talk over more Demon Hunters stuff. That's right. Christian is working on some Demon Hunters content, which should be really fun. I'll tell you more once we lock a little bit more down. But Don is also starting to work. They're in the early stages. Please don't ask too much. They're very, very early stages on that. But Don's pretty excited as well on some of the stuff that is coming up through his Demon Hunters team. So that's pretty exciting. I will have more to share hopefully next month. Right, next, let's talk about Gen Con. What's going on with Gen Con? Wait, what's Gen Con? No, just kidding. Gen Con. So yeah, we have a presence at Gen Con. There's a few things going on at Gen Con. First thing is we have 2 booths now. We have a booth that you are used to, booth 100, which is when you enter the exhibit hall, it's to your left, all the way at the end in the corner. It's a fantastic position. We're really blessed to have it, but we're in that position. We are sharing it with Looney Labs, and our intent is we want to grow that space. We want more space. But in order to get more space, you don't just say, hey, Gen Con, we want more space. You have to say, Gen Con, I want more space, and here's money. And usually what they say is, sorry, we don't have space. When new space comes available, then we jump on it. So we jumped on the new space when it came available, but it's not right next to our existing booth. The goal is not this year in 2024, but in 2025, we want our booth area to be in the same section so that we have maybe 2 and the one across the aisle. But this year we couldn't do that. But our booth is, I think, down row 2100. It's quite a ways, and it's in the back. So Chris has some ideas. We want it to sort of be like a home away from home, a place for you to hang out. And I think we're going to be showing the movies while there, maybe playing some games, just sort of making it a space for people to sit for a little bit. And then we'll let them sit. They can sit for a short period and then send them over to our booth. So that's what's going on. But if you're going to Gen Con, you need to know about the events we're running there, because we're running a whole bunch of them. So the first one is we're running a series of Demon Hunters RPG events. Demon Hunters, a Comedy of Terrors. We're running that. We're doing the Scooby-Doo Where RPG You? And with the same team as last year. I hope it's the entire group. I can't specifically speak to whether Peter will be there or not. However, that is going on this year as well. It's a great live RPG session. We are also doing a couple of new game experiences, sort of live gaming experiences, board games. We're doing the Department of Spin, Make Politics Funny Again. I guess the description is, join the team from Zoe as we play a round of Department of Spin, the political scandal game, both too real and too fun at the same time. Whatever happens in November, we'll all win with this one. And then we also are doing a similar type of experience playing a game called Snake Oil. Snake Oil, a story of Flim Flam and Codswallop. What is Codswallop? I don't know. Somebody help me. Codswallop. Join your favorite Zoe faces as they play through Snake Oil, the interactive party game. We're fast talking and truth cropping. Truth cropping. That's, and I was wearing glasses too. Truth cropping lead to profits popping. So there you go. So the couple of board games people are going to be going through, and of course, you know, our team is pretty great at entertaining you. So I'm sure that will be a blast a minute. We also have Gamers Live. We have 2 different Gamers Live experiences. We have Gamers Live, the one that Lodge runs, and we have Gamers Live Older, Fatter, Balder. So we have 2 different Gamers Live sessions that you can come to. You should go to both. And then not finally, but we do have an event that I guess is new. It's called Demon Hunters, a comedy of terrors live. And that's Sunday at 2 p.m. So that's a new one, and I look forward to seeing that. And then finally, for those of you going to Gen Con, we do have the fan forum, Talkie Talk, at 10 a.m. So please come. I'll be there. I want to hear from you as well. Just get your thoughts and all that. Answer questions. So yay. Let's see. Am I missing anything just yet? Let's see. Oh, sorry. Lumiere says 2250 is the new booth. So down the aisle 2200. Thank you very much for that. Okay. The Zoe store, we continue to add new merchandise. I'm trying to optimize it to make it easier to find things. We have somebody going through the interface as well, just to make sure things are tighter. But I don't think that there's any brand new merch. Oh yes, actually. So we have a whole bunch of new pins. So I know we got them a couple of months ago, but if you liked the DG skull pin, we have that, and they glow in the dark now. So yeah, I upgraded because I thought that was really cool. So we do have a glow in the dark DG pins, and then all of Matt Vansel's books, we have those as well to ship off. What else? I know I'm missing something. There's something. Oh yes. Oh yeah. So let me talk to you about a Kickstarter that was just launched 10 days ago, or last Friday, not Friday 4 days ago, but Friday like 14. Or no, it was launched launched a week ago actually. The Gamers 4 launch. So there has been questions and some confusion around this. Gamers 4 is being produced by Cabin 9, which is Matt Vansel's company. And listen, this is exciting. So, we're really excited that's this being launched. You can see it on Kickstarter. Go to Kickstarter. We are going to get the word out. Matt and I hadn't had the time to sync. We needed to be able to sync our messaging, and so we got together and we figured out our messaging for that. Soon this is going to go. You're going to see lots of blasts of this out there. But Gamers 4 is not a Zoe production. It is a Cabin 9 production. Zombie Orpheus decided to pass And so what normally happens is Matt has a project, and Matt, for the gamers, and with that, Matt would come to us. And in this particular case, just because we have other things in flight right this minute, we decided from a timing perspective, it would make the most sense if Matt started it now. The challenge for us is that we have a bunch of stuff that we still need to deliver on, specifically like Journey Quest, which we have to get out. And in talking with Matt, I think we just felt that it wasn't a good idea for Zoe themselves to just start doing more crowdfunding for such a huge tentpole, and the gamers needs a lot of care. This is an important product. So Matt launched the Kickstarter for Gamers 4, and Matt's Cabin 9 is running with this, and we are really excited. As I said, you will be seeing more emails coming out over the next probably 24 to 48 hours as we get the information out there via the email blast, via our other Kickstarters, via social. So don't be surprised when you see it. Most of you have already found it and funded it, but please, if you haven't, jump on there. Gamers 4, you want it. Let everybody know. It's exciting that it's going to come to light. So please check out the Kickstarter. There's a lot of fantastic levels. What do they call it? Not thresholds. I run these Kickstarters and I don't remember. What do they call it, Joseph? Levels, agreements. Well, anyway, he associates them with dice, like the D20. It's really, really clever. So go back it. Let's make sure that Gamers 4 happens. It's I think the culmination of this story, and so we're really excited. We're really excited about that. Other things. Let me look. So let me go to questions. Let's see. Let me look here. Oh, wait. So, Merc, did I just blow off your ears? Is that my fault? Let's see. Any more? Journey Quest, more gamers. For those of you who are wanting more gamers, so we are going to be shooting Gamers the series this fall. With an intent to probably release it by I think it's next spring, I think is what the goal is. We'll definitely have it by Gen Con of next year, but that's Gamers the series. And then the Gamers 4 movie, at least on the timeline, and I don't want, please double check on the Kickstarter, but on the timeline, it looks like they will be shooting next spring with the intent to release in 2026. So it does take a long time, especially for these features, to really lock down. So, folks, note that it takes a year to make a feature just right. And so, as I said, they're going to be shooting next spring. So this is really exciting to finally get the gang back together and wrap up these stories. So, and it's an excellent story. So that's good. Any other questions? I don't see any questions, folks. Really? Did I answer all of them? Were you wondering what's going on with my hair? Hey, I met Joe Coy 2 days ago. Did you want to know about that? Shoot. I'm looking, I'm waiting, I'm here. On the Discord, it says lots of chat, no questions. Okay, Discord, yeah, jump on the Zoe Discord if you haven't already. I suspect that those of you who are watching this probably found out about this on the Zoe Discord, so I think that's about it. Let me double check my notes and let me see if there's anything else I want to share. Oh yeah, so our Gamers the Series Kickstarter, right now, we had intended it to run at the beginning of July. I am not certain whether that's going to be the case or not. Again, Matt and I are trying to sync up a couple of things, and it could go really well back to back, but the one thing I don't want to do is pull from the focus and the success of the Gamers 4 Kickstarter. That's really important that it's successful. So we might push that a little bit. I don't know. I think there's likelihood we might push it. And we certainly don't want to be stretch goals because, you don't want to be a stretch goal of a campaign. Let's see. Anything else? Looking through Demon Hunters, Gen Con, the store, the website. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you that we are going to be launching another Valdemar Kickstarter in a little bit. You'll find out more about it once we get some more momentum around that. And I don't think there's anything else. So usually we have much longer dialogue, and it seems like we don't right now. So I guess I've answered all your questions, or there's only like 3 of you watching. I was kidding. I'm sure there's a billion of you watching. Okay. Lumiere, are we good? Merc, are we good? I'm looking. Thumbs up. Oh, here's a question. Oh, yeah, it's a good question. I will talk to you and answer that later. All right. I guess there are no other questions. Oh, yeah, here it is. I love how much attention you're paying to this, so I'm excited. Thank you. It's good that you're taking the time to do things right. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. That's so kind. You know what? I'm presuming you're talking about the gamers. And yeah, if you're talking about the gamers, frankly, the gamers, all of our properties are very, very important, but in a lot of ways, the growth of our audience is directly related to, first, the foundation that the grassroots campaigns that we did to bring the gamers to you, and Darkness Rising and the Hands of Fate, the things and lessons we learned through crowdfunding of that, and then, of course, Journey Quest, which was sort of that new property that was developed, that Zoe developed and pushed out. And so, look, it takes time to make these things happen. And we got to be mindful. We're mindful of not just rushing anything. So I'm glad that we're able to get things together, and I'm excited to see Gamers 4 happening. As for Journey Quest, Rachel, yeah. Journey Quest, the entire journey, folks, here's one thing I will tell you. Once we launch it, once we release it, I'm going to put out sort of a debrief document, something, maybe a video on just all the stuff that led to this, because it's been a long time for Journey Quest 4 and a lot of changes, just lots of things that went on, and we all know it's because of COVID. So that there was just a lot of impacts on everybody and on the project itself. I'm excited about JQ4, and it will be a good product. But there's a journey to get here, and there's a lot of changes that we had to do in order to make it happen. So we do thank you for your patience on that. But Rachel, thank you so much for your kind words. Warped Wolf asks, what's the pledge tier to be allowed to fire the cannon? Oh my gosh, I do not have that answer, but I'm going to lean into my Discord team to answer that one. Answer the pledge level, and I can let you know to fire that cannon. I do not know, but we'll see. I'll get that to you in a moment. Did we talk about Stralers already? How many people are building in the shared universe and new projects? Oh, Joseph. Joseph Thompson asked this question. This is a good question. So we actually have a in the can Strowlers episode. Now, Strowlers is Ben Dobbins' sort of brainchild, and it's an amazing universe with the potential to tell so many stories. And I think one of the things that Ben loves about it, and what I love about it, is its potential for other people to tell their story. and allow it to sort of integrate within this mythos. It is a I'm not going to say new idea, but it does feel new to me to say, hey, come join this universe by telling your story. So we actually have a series of episodes that we were going to use as promotional material for Strowler's Hawaii. But Strowler's Hawaii ended up not funding. I've talked to Ben about doing more Strowlers, and with a particular low form budget. And Ben's like, I'm all over that. And I think that Strowlers there's a place for both the long form, really high production value story, as well as the short form, honest personal story. And I've given Ben the budgets, if you will, to be able to do those more personal stories so that we can just continue the momentum. When will we have more? I got to talk to Ben, but we do have something to release. We're just holding on to it so that we can promote the next Kickstarter for it, if that makes sense. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you, Joseph Thompson, for that one. And now questions are coming in. Rachel V writes, what's the biggest thing you're looking forward to? Favorite scene in Journey Quest? In Journey Quest? I'm guessing you're talking about Journey Quest, right? Ooh. Okay, so every time we we get special effects in, we are bound by money, right? The cost to do special effects and the quality of those special effects are directly proportional to time and money. So in other words, if you have enough time, you can make something look amazing. If you're not paid. If you are paid, you can make something look amazing. But if you don't have a lot of time or a lot of money, things tend to look eh. But technology is getting progressively better and easier to use. And this is sort of the beautiful thing about what we call the democratization of filmmaking. In today's world, it is much easier to make special effects, to make digital backgrounds. Like, you can download Unreal Engine yourself, get onto YouTube, watch a few videos, and learn how to do a lot of this stuff. Doesn't mean it's gonna be great, but it's gonna be the stuff that you'll throw out because of the YouTube videos are gonna be looking better than the stuff that we did professionally 15 or 20 years ago in the backgrounds, just because of the tool sets. The special effects that we have, like you saw in the trailer with Perf going with the fireball, well, I get to see what happened. And that's pretty awesome. The other thing that's awesome, Nara is a badass in this movie. Like, the fight choreo in this is great. And I was just really, it brought a smile to my face. So that's what I'm looking forward to. My favorite scene in this, that's a hard question, but I think the one that sticks out is watching Nara sort of, shoot her bow, swing around and use it as a weapon and then do another thing. And, it's a little bit like watching Legolas, right? I mean, we sort of expect the Legolas moment. We don't have the Lord of the Rings budget, but it's like, Legolas set the standards, and I think Nara sort of gets there. It's pretty awesome. Okay, can we crowdfund a Canon for for Rennie? Oh man! Oh, you're talking about the Canon Crowdcast Canon. Is that what you want? Do you want a Canon Crowdcast Canon? Oh, that's brilliant. Who here wants that? I want to see a show of hands. A Canon Crowdcast Canon. Oh, brilliant. Shorts and improv. Oh man, Lumiere, yes. So I'm gonna wait until next month to talk about the Demon Hunters project, but I think that it's going to lend itself to what you just talked about, but we do need more shorts and improv. I also sort of hope, and those of you who talk to Chris Odie, once Chris Odie is done with his schooling, I'm sort of hoping to, and reel him in to start doing some of this stuff, because he's just so good at driving this stuff forward and so inspirational. So I'd love to see Chris do that. Get the old gang back together. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, yeah. Any teasers for upcoming new IP productions, projects, or live stream productions on Twitch? Well, the thing I will tease you about, all I have to say is The Office meets Demon Hunters. That's the best I have for you right now. As for live stream productions, I have nothing to share at this exact moment. I hope to have something to share in the next 3 months. We're trying to nail something down right now, but it's so loose that it's like, catching papers in the wind. So I'm not gonna be able to nail that down. Sorry. What did the JQ cast crew think about the Elvish languages? Oh, that is a good question. Well, I can tell you what they thought about the Orcish language if you want. Learning another language that's fake is hard. It's hard and painful. And would you agree with that? Hey, Sean. Do you remember the cast pain around learning Orcish and other languages? Oh yeah. Did they like it?
Depends on who you talk to.
Yeah, I don't hear that, but he said it depends on who you talk to. It's a heavy lift, and as a matter of fact, I know that there was at least one actor who was really on the fence of doing the part because of how difficult it is to actually learn that language, because we ask them to memorize so much of that. What do they think? That's different. I mean, I think there's the actor who says this is hard. That's different than the actor who says this is beautiful or wow, this is impressive. Because I know, because I've heard it, the person who was having a hard, was just like struggling with the idea of having to memorize all this stuff was also saying, hey, this is great stuff, Matt. Like you've written an amazing language. And it's logical, the stuff that he's chosen to use. But it's still hard to learn a fake language. Speaking of fake languages, did you know that there is a, what is that program, Joseph, where you learn languages? What's it called? It's not, Rosetta. What? Rosetta. Yeah, like Rosetta. I think it's Rosetta, it's the other one. What's the other? Anyway, you can learn Klingon. So you can learn Klingon and Dothraki. So if you want to learn other languages, you are absolutely, you can actually learn from Rosetta, or what was the other app? I forget the name of the other. So yeah, time to learn another language. You're welcome, by the way. Now you're all getting, ooh, I want to learn Dothraki. Man, wouldn't it be great if we could teach Orcish? That would be the best. Oh, all right. Anybody else? Any other questions? Oh, where's the Farther All Orcish? It's Duolingo, right? That's it, Duolingo, the Farther All Orcish Duolingo. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, could you imagine? I wonder what it would take. Man, that'd be, by the way, speaking of that, I don't know, I'll have to double check, but it's possible that the Orcish dictionary is part of the Skula. I don't know, I have to take a look. If it is, then maybe one of us could just run with doing the Duolingo version of teaching Farther All Orcish. Oh, that's so good. I love it. All right, any friends, any other, throw them at me. I know some of you are listening. If you have other questions, I'm happy to answer them. I've scheduled this from 5:30 to 6:30 today. It's only 6:16. Oh, yes. So I hope you know that Zoe runs Gen Con TV's studio. Now, there's other productions on Gen Con TV that are not affiliated with this studio, so I don't want to say that we run all of Gen Con TV's productions. But for the stuff that happens at Chaldea Studios for Peter, they happen here, and we're blessed to be able to work with them and get these things going. So, you know what? Get on, like tomorrow on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. is Actoroki, where we go play 5th edition. Bryce Bebop, as an example, is on there, and Bryce is a brilliant person to play with. Myself, Rich, Kayla, there's a bunch of us. We all enjoy playing here on Actoroki, and you need to watch. Sean, do you have a question?
And the next 2 Saturdays are the last 2 of 6 Saturdays where Peter's been talking to people that worked on each edition of Dungeons and Dragons, and they talk about it for a little bit, take a little break, and then they play that edition.
That's right.
50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons.
So like this last weekend, they did 3.5, I believe, or 3rd edition. It was third edition. They did 3rd edition. So Lexi, I know that one of our friends, Lexi the First, was on that one. What is coming up this weekend? Do you know? Is it 4th edition?
Yep.
4th edition, which is my personal favorite version, but I think I'm one of nobody else who liked it. I love that. All right, I'm probably going to get kicked out of running Zoe because I just claimed that. All right, folks, mods, anything else? Can I see a show of hands? Are we good? Any other questions? Anybody going once? I'm looking. I know that nothing more. Okay, so the mods say there's nothing on the Discord side. I don't think any of you have anything else to ask. I do appreciate all your questions here. Proofrock and Blarlac and of course Warped Wolves, Lumiere, Sketch Song, Rachel V, Joseph Thompson. Thank you very much for your questions. I guess next time we'll put out a little more notice, and we can also take questions, and we'll probably figure out how to get this onto YouTube. I don't know what happened there. That's all on me. So, Gamers 4 Kickstarter, check it out. You'll see more coming up. Thanks all, everybody, and I do appreciate all that you do to support everything we do here at Zoe, as well as thank you for your support of Gamers 4. We're really excited to see that. Let's make that Kickstarter happen. Woohoo!
We out?